I want to start right out of the gate by wishing everyone in the U.S. a happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. It's absolutely amazing to be here with you, and thank you so much for tuning into this special episode of the Daily Stand Up Podcast. It is Friday, so that means it's time for our Agile, Not So Agile episode of the Daily Stand Up Podcast, and it happens to hit right on the 4th of July, which is perfect. So I always like to start with a story on these holidays, so let's do it. It was a blazing hot July morning in a little town tucked away in the heart of America. You know the kind with one main street, a few stoplights, and a firehouse doubles as a community center. Families lined the sidewalks. Kids held tiny flags in one hand and popsicles in the other, and the high school band played a slightly off-key proud rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. At the edge of the crowd stood an elderly man in a wheelchair. His name was Walter, a Korean War veteran known around town for his weathered uniform cap and the way he never missed a single 4th of July parade, not in 50 years. Today, his granddaughter Sophie sat beside him, barely 12 years old. As the parade passed by, she asked him, "Grandpa, why do you love this day so much?" Walter smiled, looked at the flag waving above them, and said, "Because it reminds me of how far we've come and how far we still need to go together." He began to tell her a story, not one from the battlefield, but from a 4th of July in 1963. That night, just a few months before Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. He was stationed at a base in the South and decided to attend a local fireworks show. It was crowded, loud, and tense. There were two viewing areas. One that was marked whites only, and the other marked colored. Walter, fresh off deployment and changed by what he'd seen overseas, decided that wasn't going to sit right with him anymore. He walked past the dividing signs and sat on a hill with a black soldier named Thomas, a friend who had once pulled him out of enemy fire. They shared sandwiches, laughed about boot camp, and watched the sky light up with red, white, and blue explosions. It was the first time anyone from either side crossed the line that night. A few people jeered, some stared, but others followed. Little by little, the invisible line faded, and in that moment, beneath that one firework, Walter felt something profound. The sky doesn't divide us. The light brings us together. Sophie looked at her grandpa and said, with wide eyes, "Weren't you scared?" Walter nodded. "Of course I was." But courage isn't about being fearless. It's about choosing unity when division would be easier. As the sun began to set that evening, families returned to the park for the fireworks. Sophie held her grandfather's hand and he whispered, "Listen for the silence before the boom. That's when hope fills the air." When the first firework lit up the night sky, Sophie noticed something no one was looking at. She noticed something. No one was looking at each other, comparing, criticizing, or competing. Every eye, every heart, all were pointed upward together. The 4th of July isn't just about freedom. It's about the responsibility to preserve it together. We're not red states or blue states. We're not generations apart or races divided. We are and always will be the United States of America. The minute we forget that, we lose what the fireworks were meant to celebrate. I challenge you this year as you celebrate freedom, as you celebrate the 4th of July, as you celebrate Independence Day. Ask yourself a couple of questions while you're watching the sky light up with beautiful fireworks shows and you're listening to music that you enjoy and you're having family and friends over and barbecuing. Ask yourself some questions. What lines can I cross for good? How can I make a difference? Whose hand can I reach for in understanding, and how can I extend a hand of fellowship to them? And what can I do to make the boom of unity louder than the whispers of division? How can we become united? How can we become charged to do the things that we need to do? And not just us, but teach our children and future generations how not to be divided. This is a topic that's weighed heavy on my mind for quite some time. I see families torn apart. I see people filled with hate. I see stress and anxiety. I see people judging others based on who they love, who they worship, the color of their skin, whether they're tall or short or skinny or fat, who they voted for. None of that should matter. In this world, at this point in our lives, we need to step up and be someone who makes a difference. It is time for us to stop being so selfish and start being more selfless. When you lose yourself in the service of others, that's when you discover who you really are. And that's when your life becomes something worth living for. You have a story to tell. Maybe, just maybe, the real fireworks happen not in the sky. The real fireworks happen in the hearts of humans. The humans that choose love over fear, hope over hate, and we over me. Those are the people that make a difference. And those are the people who are going to continue to pull this country and this world together. Happy Independence Day to all my friends here in the United States and everyone all over the world. I hope that you have a day that's filled with peace and love and joy and hope, and that you can sense the amount of pride I have. Not pride in a sense that I'm better than anyone else, but pride in a sense that I have a platform to share this really important message. And I hope with all my heart that each of you will have an opportunity to show love and not hate, and to be the person that makes a difference. That's going to do it for this episode. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you have an amazing holiday weekend. And until next time, I encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Do take care. Happy 4th of July. Bye now.